What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back again. It's your host, Saheem the Dream, with another video to talk about a hot topic right now that I think we need to really discuss, or I should say, I really want to talk about and really address. And that is Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Time is winding down. We need this match ASAP, or I should say in the coming months or even leading up to WrestleMania. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and share this video. And also drop a comment in the comment section below as I begin to discuss Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Wrestling in the ring, thoughts that always bring. Talking all about the moves and our grooves. Wrestling talks and thoughts we never forgot. Slamming down the truth in our booth. Conversations in the air with flair and care. Legends of the past, memories that last. Wrestling talks and thoughts, connecting the dots. From high flyer to submissions, we make our missions. From Raw to SmackDown, we wear the crown. NXT to AEW, we bring the view. Wrestling talks and thoughts in our slots. Fans united, always excited. Wrestling talks and thoughts in our spots.
As I sat back and I watched Bash at Berlin and observing the match between Gunther and Randy Orton, I began to notice that Randy Orton's time is really winding down. I began to notice an issue with his back, especially his mobility. Even noticing it on his return at Survivor Series at War Games, where he wasn't moving the same way he used to move. And it's about that time that they start to put that build for Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton before Randy Orton has to call it quits. A lot of us really want Randy Orton to get that 15-time World Championship reign. Me being a big fan of Randy ever since he won that championship off of Chris Benoit at SummerSlam, years ago. And I've always been rooting for Randy and always wanted to see him at the top of the mountain. And at this juncture in his career, we already understand that Randy's getting older. His body is not the same way it used to be. He's not as young as he used to be. So at this point, they really need to start pushing this Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton feud before Randy decides his body can't take no more. Now, speaking as a fan who's a fan of Gunther, a fan of Randy Orton, and a fan of wrestling altogether, I definitely did not want to see Randy Orton take the belt off of Gunther. And definitely not at the expense of Gunther being now newly crowned a world champion, and knowing how Gunther's legacy has been played out ever since he's been in the WWE, being billed as a monster heel, someone who can bring prestige and great notoriety to the championships that he holds, while giving us classic matches and amazing matches at the same time. So Randy Orton taking the belt off of Gunther definitely wouldn't have made any sense, in my opinion. And of course, especially for how it would really diminish everything that they really invested into Gunther. Cody Rhodes has held the belt longer than Gunther has, which could bring us a lot closer to having Randy Orton take the belt off of Cody Rhodes. And will definitely serve as a marquee and emotional moment to watch Cody Rhodes lose that belt to someone he considers a friend, a former stablemate, and them having such a rich history together in WWE. But what I want to look at is the main event Cody Rhodes versus a main event Randy Orton. See, in their history together, Randy Orton was always the main eventer, the person that Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. would protect as Randy Orton would reign as a world champion. Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase was under the tutelage of Randy Orton. And then Randy Orton at that point was the main eventer. Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr., they were a tag team. So when they split and they went their separate ways, Cody Rhodes went solo. Cody Rhodes went on to have some mid-card success and then ultimately leaving the promotion, coming back and now becoming a main eventer. That in itself is very reminiscent of Triple H and HBK. When Shawn Michaels took a sabbatical after WrestleMania 14, losing the belt to Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H will pick up the reins as being the new leader of DX, eventually evolving to a main eventer as we know as The Game. And it became an ultimate dream match just to watch Shawn Michaels versus Triple H at one pay-per-view, or even just one match on a Raw or SmackDown at the time. And this is very reminiscent of that moment. Two former stablemates, one who was always in the spotlight while they were in the stable, and the other one played in the shadows, protecting them and protecting their world championship reign. And they finally break out of the shadow of their former leader and the history that they had with their former stable to become their own guy, their own person, and being seen as the equal to the person that they used to protect when they were having their World Heavyweight Championship run. Now, I'm quite sure I don't have to convince you guys of how dope it would be just to see Randy Orton go against Cody Rhodes, a main event Cody Rhodes. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes go against the Viper, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. That in itself is pay-per-view worthy. I would even go as far as to say WrestleMania worthy. In my opinion, I want to see it on that big stage, WrestleMania. And honestly, I really felt like Shawn Michaels' return match against Triple H should have took place at WrestleMania, in my opinion, instead of getting that at SummerSlam. But SummerSlam is like a second WrestleMania, so, it's kind of equal. And again, us fans really waited for so long for Cody Rhodes to be pushed to this level. Cody Rhodes fell in line with those guys like Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, who fell in that position or that place where they weren't getting the kind of push and love that we really wanted them to get out of Vince McMahon when it came to those guys being on the roster. We know Cody Rhodes was not being utilized properly, but now that we see Cody Rhodes in this prominent position, being able to be in a main event picture, it will be amazing to watch Cody Rhodes and Randy stand across from each other and giving us a classic match, or even just a match to remember. And WWE right now is at the perfect place to start building for Randy versus Cody Rhodes. They could take it from the angle starting with Randy. Like, did Randy Orton lose his killer instinct? Is he still the Viper that we know and the Legend Killer? Him losing the Gunter, not being able to secure a 15-time World Championship reign? And then they can circle it back to Cody Rhodes, with him and Cody Rhodes partnering up to take on the Bloodline, and then eventually Randy Orton betraying him, maybe at War Games or sometime on SmackDown. And then Randy Orton issuing a challenge to Cody Rhodes to build to WrestleMania, or maybe any other PLE that they may have. But that would be a good way that they can actually begin to build on the story between Cody and Randy. And they both can heavily benefit from it. One will get a memorable, marquee, and momentous moment of watching Randy Orton get his 15-time World Heavyweight Championship win while fighting somebody he has a long, rich history with. And then Cody, on the other hand, can have more life added to his World Championship reign and run at the top of the mountain by becoming victorious over Randy Orton in a rematch and having a great feud with Randy. It's like one of those feuds that WWE does not have to work that hard to really build, or even do so much to really put so much into when it comes to having Randy versus Cody, because we know their history, and just having these two guys face off against each other and to watch it all unfold on another level. And let's be honest, this is the match that we all have been waiting for in Cody Rhodes' World Heavyweight Championship reign. Cody versus Randy Orton. Seeing Cody at the top of the mountain and knowing that Randy has already been there 14 times, and to see Randy versus Cody, a prime Cody versus a prime Randy, or a Randy who's already been experienced and been at the top of the mountain, it's just like a dream match in the making. But that does it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for every time I drop a video. I will check you guys out in the next video. Deuces.